All right, attempt number 9 for the DU recorder. I just downloaded this thing. Well, I didn't just download it. I actually had it for a couple of months, but I'm not really using it like that. So this is my first attempt to upload a video actually using it. I'm just kind of getting a feel for it, and despite the fact that a lot of you guys use it, you swear by it, maybe you've gotten the handle of it, maybe it suits your purposes, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. It's way too sensitive to sound, and I have 2 phones. And if one phone that I'm recording with doesn't ring and put somebody's number up there, the other one is going to start ringing, and then I have to restart the whole thing because it's like a mess of other noises and things coming up on screen. Plus, if I don't keep refreshing the screen, it'll go black and the recorder will stop. So that said, I'm going to try and get through this really quickly and recap what I started to say 8 other times prior to this. It's about jobs. Now, I've always been of the opinion that it doesn't really matter what you do as long as whatever it is that you're doing is helping you improve yourself. You could be collecting bottles and making whatever, $5, $20 a day. If that's teaching you something, if it's going to go somewhere, if you're going to reinvest that money into something else that's going to help sustain you for the rest of your life, and sustain you and make you happy. You could work in a fast food restaurant if by working in that fast food restaurant you're learning how to deal with customers and how to prepare food and what city ordinances and codes require for you to operate a business. Learning how to clean actually is a valid skill. Not everybody knows how to clean. People generally clean, but not everyone does it well enough to run a restaurant. I mean, you may do it well enough so that you feel comfortable in your house, but there's a completely different standard when it comes to serving other people food. I, for one, hate to walk into a place and see a spoon that has a weird discolored smudge on it. Now, in my house, that smudge could be rust. It could be maybe I used some bleach on it. It could be maybe it was touching the bottom of the sink for too long and it slightly discolored or whatever. And I may be comfortable with that in my own home if I know what caused it. But in a restaurant, I'm not putting that thing anywhere near my face. So you have to be able to recognize that it doesn't appear to be clean, even if it in actuality is. Or your plate, if it has any sort of markings or whatever. It's a different standard of cleanliness in your house than when you're in a restaurant serving the public. It's a skill that you can definitely learn and apply to other businesses and your life in general. It's like starting off your life as a gang member, progressing to a drug dealer, if you can call that progress, then learning to flip cars, repair cars, do general contracting work, handyman, HVAC, all that good stuff. That is progress. That's definitely progress. It's skills that you can take anywhere in the world and make a living. You could pick up today, move to Japan, apply your skills over there, and make a decent living. Anywhere in the world. That said, why on earth, if you have these 40 plus years of skills that you could be using anywhere in the world, any place where the market is better, because obviously the pay rate in California is much better than in, say, Iowa. Me personally, if I could do that many things as well as people claim they can, I would pick up and I would move to the most competitive market that I could and improve my life. Why sit in an area with 600 pedophiles, with people being shot in my back alley, with houses being demolished all around me, with drugs and prostitutes running through the alley right behind my house, people breaking into my car looking for hamburgers? That is ridiculous. There is no reason that after 40 plus years of life and the accumulation of said skills that I am so much better than everyone else and I can do all this stuff, that I must stay in this place surrounded by less than desirable circumstances with a woman that I've been with for decades, who also is sitting in one place behind a cash register, her entire life behind a cash register, not accumulating skills that are required for running this fast food place and applying it to a side business where I'm catering for people, where I'm running a stand, where I'm taking out a loan and opening up my own brick and mortar store that my live-in partner could perhaps remodel the place and create a nice atmosphere where I can prepare food, serve food, cook food for people, do something that I love, and earn a living. Or maybe even the three of you together could do some sort of business as opposed to spending 8 hours a day waiting for a paycheck at the end of the week that's going to barely help you scrape by, or 8 hours a day working in a trash recycling center when I have all of these skills. I'm in a trash recycling center, and even in that trash recycling center, when they send me off into houses that are being demolished and I'm collecting, copper pipes and bits of metal and glass and stuff to be recycled, when I'm collecting these things and carting them off, I'm not even paying attention to the work that I'm doing. I'm live streaming for an hour, 2 hours of the time that I should be working, and boasting to the people around me that I'm about to leave and go commit acts of violence around the neighborhood. And this is what I do. This is what I do. I'm trying to earn the respect of people around me by convincing them that I am the most violent person in the room. This is what I aspire to after 40 plus years of life and the accumulation of these amazing skills that I am not applying to myself or anyone else around me. I am spending my 8 hours to flaunt it in front of the faces of people who I am engaging in a beef that has been detrimental to my way of life. It's been a negative. It has in no way been a positive. Not one part of it has been a positive influence on your life. You're live streaming this. Yourself supposedly working. You're telling people that you're the boss, that you're in charge, that you're putting out the paychecks while wearing the hat and the equipment of your employer, as if the rest of us don't see it and can't point it out and say, hey, that looks just like that. Your whole life is a lie, and it doesn't have to be. If you take the first step and you're just honest with yourself, and then clear the table of all the lies and tell everybody, hey, this isn't true, this is actually what it is. Yeah, I might not own this house, but I may in like 5 years, or I'm working to purchase it, or whatever. What's with the lies? It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. There's no shame. There is no shame in trying to improve yourself. But in being ashamed of what you're doing and lying to everyone else, you're just making yourself look like a fraud and a hypocrite. I mean, hell, if I was like working at McDonald's, I'd be like, hey, I'm working at McDonald's. It is what it is. It's paying for my college. The wages have gone up in McDonald's. Maybe in the future I can open up some sort of a food stand or whatever. Or I'm planning on becoming like a DJ or whatever. I'm trying to buy equipment so I can do this. Or work in another restaurant beyond that. It's on my resume. Hey, I used to work at McDonald's. Now I work in La Shea Burger Place or whatever. Apply those skills. Do something else, man. To be sitting in a trash recycling center claiming that you're the boss, instead of spending the 8 hours that you're wasting in that place, and what are they giving you, $20, $25, $50 a day, who knows? The 8 hours that you're wasting in that place for that meager amount of money is much better spent building yourself a website, printing yourself out a bunch of flyers, setting up a phone number where people can call you if they need help with whatever that you're able to do. I would pull my girlfriend out of that restaurant. I would have her actively on the computer, advertising through Facebook, through Twitter. I would send out emails, and people might block me. Yeah, people may block me, but I will refer them to my website. I would advertise through Instagram, through Twitter, through every part of social media that I possibly could. I would have her field phone calls while I'm out there for my 8 hours, spreading awareness that I exist, trying to gain clients, looking for work. Because honestly, if people are out there that can't change a tire exist, if you were driving around looking for people stuck on the side of the road and offering to help them for $20, $50, or even tow them or jump them or whatever, and then you pass them a flyer saying, hey, in addition to working on cars, I also work on houses. Here, if you ever need me, blah, blah, blah. I think that is more valuable than the 8 hours you're spending in the trash recycling center. It builds a customer base. Basically, what I'm trying to say after 9 attempts with the DU recorder is that 40 years of life experience that you've applied in home improvement, building a deck, and whatever else you're building in a home that does not currently belong to you, but may in the future. I'm not taking that away from you. 40 years of investment in yourself to gain these skills, and you're taking these skills, putting them on a shelf, working in a garbage recycling center. It's a waste of your 8 hours to be there. It's a waste of your hours to be online beefing with people, period. And you could be doing other things. But investing in trash like this is a step backwards. Even for you, it's a step backwards. It's not going back to, being a gang member or selling drugs. But if you think you're going to be able to do that going forward, you're more deluded than I thought you were in the first place. Just some friendly advice. Take it as a little encouragement or food for thought while I'm testing out this terrible app. That's it for now.